That's a widow! These are truly a beautiful spider. I don't care what you say. These spiders... Ow! What happened? Bit me. Oh no. I'm Spencer Hoffman, and since starting this channel, I've caught and released hundreds of spiders. There she is. Look at that. Look how insane that spider is. Very frequently, I free handle these creatures, even the highly venomous ones, to show how these arachnids are not out to get us. This is a venomous spider, but as you can see right now, she's completely chill. But I must stress that the reason I recommend not to try this at home is because when working with wild animals, accidents are always a possibility. What you're about to witness is probably the worst spider bite I have ever taken, because this spider's bite is reported to cause symptoms that last the rest of your life. I think it goes without saying here, please don't try this at home. Where are you? Anybody home? That's a widow! This is the second location I've ever seen these incredible spiders. Let me get her out so we can take a better look at her. We were actually out in this palmetto scrub today searching for bizarre insects, including a rare praying mantis species that I've been after for years. But as is the case with Florida palmettos, there is always the off chance of finding another extremely rare creature, the red widow. It wasn't my target, but seeing this incredible spider was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. My intention was to film a typical segment, keeping the spider on a stick at first, but during the presentation, something happened that I could never have predicted. This is by far the rarest of the widow spiders here in North America. And oh man, is it pretty. Every single time I see them, it is well worth the search. That brilliant saturated orange red and that incredible patterning on the abdomen there. Look at that. These are truly a beautiful spider. I don't care what you say. These spiders... Ow! What happened? Bit me. Oh no. I've handled hundreds of spiders and never seen anything like this. She walked off the stick and I felt a very distinct sting as the red widow sank her fangs into my knuckle. It's like tingly itchy.
Oh, you want to walk back to the car? I gotta get you to like an urgent care.
No, I'll be lethal. And the symptoms are supposed to be localized. Maybe like arm. Of course, my right f***ing arm too. If you had to ask me how I'm feeling, I'd say I was in trouble. This venom's gonna run its course, and there's not much I can do except sit back and see how my body reacts. That ain't good. I mean, there's no major blood vessels there, so that's promising.
What does it feel like right now?
Just itchy, a little bit of a sting.
You want a sting relief wipe?
Again, I mean, it's not like bad. I'm just like monitoring it really closely.
Okay.
I mean, she definitely got me. With widow spiders, or really any medically significant spider here in the US, it's not the initial bite that's bad. It's a little pinch, little sting. You know, you're not like rolling on the ground screaming, oh, definitely worse than the tarantula hawk. No, it's not the bite that's bad, it's the venom. With North American venomous spiders, you know, you're looking at probably a matter of hours before the symptoms really start. And in the case of the red widow, there are reports that the symptoms will reoccur for the rest of your life. So honestly, I feel kind of helpless sitting here waiting for the other shoe to fall. I have never had that happen with a widow spider before. Oh, I shouldn't call Jack. This is not a very common spider bite. In fact, you know, people are gonna run to the comments, oh, there's no medical record of it. Yeah, of course there's no medical record, because this spider is so rare that the only people being bitten by it are hobbyists who keep them as pets and researchers, which kind of poses both a problem and an opportunity. When you have so few people getting bitten by these spiders, the problem is we really don't know a whole lot about what the red widow does to the human body. And the opportunity is also we don't know a whole lot about what the red widow does to the human body. I wasn't expecting this bite to happen, and it's not the spider I would have chosen to be bitten by, but the thing is, I got the initial bite on camera, and I've documented spider bites before, so I think it's kind of my responsibility now to document how this bite progresses for the scientific record. We finished the hike, we get back to the car, but I'm feeling a little bit of muscle soreness up my arm. It's not bad. It is manageable. I can feel a little bit of a sharp cramping, no higher than maybe a 5 out of 10. No, I'd say 4. Probably 4 at highest. And it's in the muscle right in my armpit. Finger is still a little bit sore. I don't have any swelling that I can see. Maybe mild swelling right at the bite site. The bite site is the most painful part of it. Widow venom attacks the nerves, causing persistent pain and muscle spasms. In serious cases, you can expect massive headaches, nausea, and even vomiting. In years of working with widow spiders, I've never been bitten, so I had no idea how my body would react. I contacted my friend Jack, who has personal experience with black widow bites, to find out what to expect. The best thing to do in the case of a venomous bite is to remain calm and focus on recovery. We headed straight back to base, and I began my journey into the effects of the red widow bite. As the venom throbbed through my arm, I waited to see what the peak would be, and that peak would hit around the 4-hour mark. We have reached the pivotal point, and currently I feel pretty much the same symptoms as I did at the 30-minute mark. Nothing worse than a 4 out of 10. In fact, right now I would say in the last 30 minutes or so, the worst I've felt is about a 3. It is a dull ache, and it is the ache has spread. I feel it in my bicep, or this particular section of the bicep. I feel it in my finger, but I have full mobility. I have pain in the back of my hand. It's very, very, very light, like an ache. Almost like, again, it feels almost like I was writing for a really long time, and like a slight hand cramp after writing for a while or typing too much, like this kind of motion. Mild ache here. It doesn't seem to have spread past this local limb. Now, what I was reading was, with North and South American widow spiders, the symptoms after a bite are reported to be abdominal and lower back. I have no pain in my abdomen, no pain in my back, primarily pain in my arm, in the limb that was bitten, which is more consistent with that of Australian widow bites, the redback. This is really unusual. When it was first being described, the red widow was originally classified as a subspecies of the southern black widow, a spider that we know to have a fairly mild widow bite. But this red widow is actually demonstrating symptoms on par with the incredibly deadly Australian widow spiders, albeit on a very mild scale. It really makes you wonder what other secrets this incredibly strange widow spider holds. But will these symptoms be permanent? Only time will tell. The bite symptoms lasted the rest of the night, and honestly, they didn't get any worse. I woke up the next morning with no symptoms. 24 hours passed with no issues. 7 days passed with no issues. And I'm actually here recording it 30 days after the bite occurred. And, you know, other than a little mark on the knuckle there where I got bitten, I haven't had any issues. Does that mean I won't have issues 5 years from now? I don't know. As each day passes, there is a chance that I may have symptoms pop up. But 30 days with no symptoms, I think I'm in the clear. And honestly, the worst of the symptoms was an annoying ache in just the local area. If that pops up once in a while, every now and then for a few minutes at a time, honestly, it's something that I can live with. That being said, I wouldn't say that the red widow is something I recommend you getting bitten by. In fact, this is one of those times where it kind of doubles down on why I say don't try this at home. I have handled dozens of species of spider, dozens of individual widows, and I have never seen behavior like this in any spider. As a wildlife professional, it's my responsibility to basically show that wild animals can behave in unpredictable ways sometimes. this was one of those cases. It's unfortunate that it happened to be a medically significant spider, but it's also probably for the best that I was bitten as opposed to you or someone else who's not trained to deal with situations like this. Thankfully, I didn't have any major issues and I'm fine, but like, it could have been a lot worse. If anything, you know, I'm taking away a serious lesson in respect. This was a healthy reminder that accidents do happen in the field. I don't hate the spider that bit me. I don't hate red widows as a species, and I definitely am no more afraid of spiders now than I was before I got bitten. I hope that you don't take this as a video that's gonna tell you to like go destroy red widows on site. They're beautiful, awesome animals and a true force of nature, but like any force of nature, they absolutely need to be respected. I got served this lesson so that you don't have to, but it is definitely not something that any of us will soon forget. Now, if you want to learn more about how spider venom affects the human body, I actually did an experiment with wolf spider venom and human blood a few years back. If you want to see that video, check it out right here. Hope to see you there, but until next time, don't forget to get outside and find your own adventure.